Hello and welcome to the Open Problems in Single Cell Analysis project or initiative. Here we have the website fed by our GitHub repository, which we will give a brief introduction to today. Our repository structure is described here. And as you can see, in our overall README, we include information on our team, first of all, and our contributors, as well as basic API information for our tool, and a set of information for writing functions in R to enable us to use RPy2 or ANData to RI to convert dynamically between objects and utilize methods that are implemented in either R or Python. We also have information on contributing here as a basic step for those seeking to add a task or data set. By going into this Open Problems folder, we can start to access the meat and bones of the repository, which are the data sets, the tasks, and the tools here. The tasks folder contains each of these open problems split up into folders, an example of which would be the denoising task. And for denoising, as well as all of the other tasks, we have task information as well as API information, and we have the attributes of datasets, methods, and metrics. If one would like to add a new task, what we would suggest is to go into the Issues tab and open up a new issue for that task. But then to actually add in the task, we would go to this template/task branch. We would go to the template task that is then available, and we would be able to look at a sample description as well as a sample API. And we'd already have set up for us these datasets, methods, and metrics attributes. You can see here we have quite a few branches already set up for our different tasks, which can be used by those seeking to contribute to them. By going one folder out and into data, you can see this global set of all of the data sets that each of our different tasks can potentially pull from. And within this template, we also have a template for this type of data set, whereby you can input all of your data information and then implement this test equals true or false characteristic. And when test is true, we subset the data into 500 genes, or 500 cells and 200 genes, rather. From here, we can also look at the other examples of data sets already implemented, this one being the PBMC dataset. And the purpose of having this global area for all of the data sets to be aggregated is so that when we are seeking to enable individual tasks to use one of a variety of our gold standard data sets, we can go into the tasks/data folder and add the associated dataset.py file there. All of this is run off of a set of Docker images. So going back to the main folder, we can go into Docker and see here an overall README that includes information on the 4 currently available images within our master and test branches. These 4 images all build hierarchically on top of the Open Problems base image. And anything that is compatible with the base image, but that we would like to add on for specific methods, we can add into the existing Docker images that build on this base image, such as Python extras, RBase, or R extras. Within a specific method or metric, we can then simply set the image parameter to choose which of these images we would like to utilize. We also have information on adding new images in the case of somebody having a dependency that disagrees with the needs of one of our existing images. And going into the main open problems image, you can see the API set up to include each of the basic packages we need to run our tool. The RBase image here lists similarly all of the packages included in this image, as well as Python 3.7 and R 3.6. And in Python extras, here is where we would add extra Python dependencies that we might want to instantiate for certain methods, tasks, etc. As I'd mentioned before, we organize new contributions in terms of tasks or suggested features within this Issues tab. So here is where you would start a new issue if you were seeking to add a new task. An example of which is the differential abundance task here that Dan Burkhart has started a issue for. And here is where the other authors, task authors, and contributors would contribute to a discussion as well on the structures we would like to instantiate for our new tasks. And as we are updating the associated branches for these tasks, as well as the master branch, we currently have automated testing done through the GitHub Actions functionalities. Here we have 1,000 workflow runs associated with these functionalities. Thank you.